Hey guys, and welcome back to Item of the Day. I'm Copyright, and this is episode 43. So today our numbers are 41, 4, and 7. So as you can see, once we get there, that is the Transmutation tablet. As you can see, 4 down, 7 across, Transmutation tablet. Now, if I click the recipe, you may be wondering, what the heck? Why does this need dark matter when this other Transmutation tablet, which is on the third page, for me at least, is only uses obsidian in the Philosopher's Stone? Well, the answer is simple, and you will see it very shortly. So, the first thing we're going to need is some glowstone and redstone, and of course, a diamond to make the Philosopher's Stone. So, we're just going to throw it in like that, and then we're going to put the redstone and glowstone. Of course, it doesn't matter which way the redstone and glowstone are. It'll be the same thing as long as the diamond is in the middle and the redstone and glowstone are on 4 corners. As you can see, it's not going to work if it's like this. It has to alternate basically, and I'm completely messing myself up right now. This is just going miserably. There we go. All right, we got it. We got it finally. Okay, so we got the Philosopher's Stone. Awesome item. Turn random crap into other random crap. Turn grass into sand or stone and cobblestone and all that junk. You know, we can do that. And of course we can also change the trees up there. We can change it into other stuff, whatever. As you can see, we can just turn what the whole tree is basically. If we wanted to, we could turn it all to pine or birch or whatever, but we'll just leave it as oak for now. Anyway, that's the Philosopher's Stone isn't really the point of the episode. Anyway, the next thing we're going to need is 4 stone. Actually, that's silverfish stone that I grabbed. I keep doing that. I don't mean to, but I keep grabbing that on accident. Anyway, 4 stone and 4 obsidian. So the obsidian on the corners, the stone in between, and Philosopher's Stone in the middle. As you can see, if we just alternate everything, it's not going to work. That's because this isn't like some of the items that can be switched out. It has to be obsidian on corners and stone on the inside. And as you can see, Philosopher or Transmutation tablet. We just threw our Philosopher's Stone there. As you can see, here's a Transmutation tablet. If we wanted, we could. I'm just gonna grab a pick so I can pick it up, because otherwise I'm gonna break it. And there we go. We could, if we wanted, put it on a crafting table. Of course, it's not gonna work like this, but if we had some grass, we could just set it up like that, or it'll work with whatever block. And then we could go like this and just break it down. Just break down whatever was in the way or whatever we put there. And then we can just have it sitting on top of a crafting table. I think it's fairly nice. It's like kind of like on a table a little bit. Of course, it kind of ruins the purpose of crafting table. I mean, you can still use a crafting table, but if you are one for immersion, you can't craft anything on top of it with the Transmutation tablet there, unless you can, of course, use a Transmutation tablet. Which, again, if you're into immersion, that might not suit you very well. But anyway, as you can see, you can just put it on top of stuff. So, how this Transmutation tablet works is you put an item in the left, and it'll say learned. What that means is basically you taught it to the tablet, and now whenever your tablet has enough EMC, you can make that item. See, I can make diamonds with diamonds, of course, because that's just completely logical. Now, for example, if we put a piece of iron in, and a piece of iron appears over here because we have 256. But if we put that diamond back in, of course, now we can get a diamond, or we could change it into iron. We could actually change it into 32 iron. So that's pretty good. We can get our diamond back if we'd like. We can just throw a piece of gold in, take it out, throw a ruby in, take it out, silver, uranium. Now, uranium is different because uranium ore is considered a fuel, so you can't turn it into diamonds or anything. But, for example, if we got some coal, if I just spawned in some coal right now, and then learn that, of course you'll see if we put that there, we can get coal. And of course there's a lot of EMC left, so I'm just going to throw the coal back in, and get the uranium ore. Now, as you can see, you can put them over here, and basically you can fill up the area, and then it'll use all those materials. Or, if you would prefer, the easier way to go about it is if you just want to use all your resources, just throw them in the burn slot, because they will all burn into EMC, and you won't have to separately put them in everything. And then you can just like get out your items, whatever, shift click, and it will get a stack of it. So you can just do that instead if you prefer. And of course you can just get that and then make more uranium, whatever you really want to do. And then of course if you burn the iron, you can get let's get tin because that's next up. It's 32. Burn it, get some gold. That's 8. Burn it, get a diamond. So basically, a stack of iron will get you a diamond. Of course, as you can see, or I have a stack of iron rather. See, as you can see, if we burn that half stack of iron ores or iron ingots rather, we can get a diamond. So basically, if we burn this silver, we'll get more EMC because it just costs more, and then we can just spawn some, and then we can, for example, one way to do it would be to put rubies in everywhere, and as you can see, it's at 7,168. We could put another one in, it would equal out to 8,192. That's exactly enough to get a diamond. Or we could just throw them all in the burn slot and get all the diamonds at once, if you'd prefer. So we can also throw the gold ore, or the gold ingots rather, into the transmutation tablet and just get all of the diamonds out. And there was... oh, hello, Mr. Enderman. Anyway, back to business. A way to get around the lock on fuel and matter is to go and get yourself a Klein Star. Now, the bigger Klein Star, the better. I'm just going to grab an Omega. So basically, if we burn all of this into EMC, as you can see, it's locked on fuel. It's not going to let us get any diamonds or anything other than fuel. And of course, glowstone, all that stuff, that would be considered fuel. Glowstone dust, that is. If we got some glowstone and put in there, of course, it's also considered as fuel, so we can make that if we would like. But another way to do this is if we would like diamonds, we can just put the Klein Star Omega in, and once you take it out, all the EMC's gone, put it back in, and there it's back to no lock, and you can get all the diamonds you want. So I think it's a really nice little handy tip to use. But so the next point is, what was that other item that we actually got the numbers for? Yes, this is a transmutation tablet. I just wanted to go over that because that's the basic transmutation tablet. Now, the one back here that we got the number for is actually an upgraded version of it. As you can see, it requires a transmutation tablet, 4 stone, and 4 dark matter blocks. So we're just gonna hurry up and craft that. And this one is awesome. Once we make that, you can see if we put the transmutation tablet in, I got silverfish stone again. I am really bad at making that mistake. Once we just put the stone in and the dark matter blocks. As you can see, we got that now, and of course it does look a bit different. If we got this one, as you can see, the icons are totally different. So basically, what this one is, you right click and it pulls up the transmutation tablet. You don't have to set it down. It's basically a pocket transmutation tablet, which is actually really nice. So for example, if I was just mining it or something, I could take my transmutation tablet and say, for example, I got a couple diamonds, and say I had just a bunch of iron ingots, and let's see, we could also just get a bunch of lapis, because lapis, it's considered a matter, so we can use that, for example, because the lapis actually breaks into something that can be smelted. Unlike the ores, they can't be smelted. So for example, if we go in here, just throw them in, throw the iron in, and throw the lapis in, and there you go. Look, we got all that burned into matter, and we can just keep going on our way with a smaller, cleaner inventory, which is fairly nice. And then we can go back in later and grab whatever we need. I think that's really nice, especially if you're, for example, in a cave or something, and you run out of sticks or something that you need to survive. For example, if your pick breaks and you need a stick, or for example, if you even need some like cooked pork chop or something, you can just go into your transmutation tablet and get whatever you want out. Now, of course, you might have a lot more stuff learned, and you might not be able to see it. What you can do is take something like, say, I got the silver, put it right there. It's only going to detect silver and down now. And then I can take something lower, for example, iron or something, and then it would only detect iron. So if I had like a bunch of just planks and grass and everything, of course that would just burn everything into, like, if I just had all kinds of stuff like some grass, dirt, sand, glass, just obsidian, everything. If I had just a lot of stuff like I normally do in my transmutation tablet learned, then I wouldn't be able to, for example, make a stick right away, whereas I'd have to trade down a bunch, take, for example, gold, and then silver, and burn the gold, and then take the silver down to iron, and just keep going down and down and down until you find whatever you want. And then you can grab that. But the other thing is, the other side of the coin is, you could also just run around and take your transmutation tablet with you. And that, in a way, is also useful because it doesn't cost 4 dark matter. And you can just throw it down wherever. I mean, it's not that hard to throw down, get whatever you need, and then pick back up. Now, as you can see, whenever I threw the transmutation tablet down and opened it, I had 96,256 EMC, which is how much I put into the transmutation tablet, to this transmutation tablet. So, for example, if I got all the stuff out and threw it in a transmutation tablet that sits on the ground, and just threw everything in, and then broke that transmutation tablet, of course, I'll just, like, throw that one down for now. As you can see, I still have the same amount of EMC. If I throw it down and burn it, and then break it, it's not going to lose all your EMC, like, for example, an MFSU would, or any other power supply generation, or power storage units. These ones, if, for example, if I broke this right now, I would lose all of that power, and I would have to start back over from zero. Now, the transmutation tablets don't work like that, so feel free to break them whenever you want, or whatever. I mean, don't break somebody else's, but if you have one, and you can, if you make one for your inventory, for example, you can just carry it around, throw it down, use it, pick it back up, carry it back around, do whatever with it. And so I think that makes this item completely useful. I do normally try to get it whenever I'm playing the game, because it's just such an amazingly useful item. I will be honest though, most of the time I do not make this upgraded version. I actually have not ever made this upgraded version. I've actually never had a need to, because I could just carry this around with me and just throw it down. But yeah, I mean, for some of you guys, you might prefer to have this. If you have a lot of EMC and stuff, this could be something to look into, because you can easily just go into there and not have to stop to pick stuff back up or whatever. It's really easy to use, and is really easy to use on the fly too. So I mean, that would make this one a bit useful. So I mean, you guys can just pick which one you'd like best, but I would recommend this item to anybody who uses EMC. It's almost just a need to have it. But anyway, that was the transmutation tablet. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something, and have a nice day.